right, let's see how this goes. So I've got burp running. I turn off intercept and go to proxy settings and change my listening address to an address that's public. 192.168.11.21 is an address that will actually reach various machines on this network. So I'm listening on 11.21, and let me. I need to get rid. I need to get rid of this window. All right, good. That's 11.21. Let's see if I can send my Android traffic through there now. All right, let me figure out why my Android is not doing anything. What happens if I hit this? Ah, okay, there's my Android. Good. All right, so let me try setting my Android. Let's close these other apps, making phone calls and stuff. All right, let's make, let's have settings available, which are here. I'll just drag that and put it on the desktop. Okay, now I'm in settings. Let's send traffic through the proxy, but I don't want it going through the proxy until I install an app or two to try. So let's see if I have good internet connection right now. It's connected, and if I check the network settings, it is currently not going through the proxy, and that's what I want at first because I want the store to work. So let's pick an app. I've heard of this thing called Temu, Shop Like a Billionaire. Let's try that. So here's somebody's app. Install that. I do not want to link it to an account. I do not want to add any junk. Skip that. I don't want to pay for anything. I want free apps. There we are. Now it's loading this free app. All right. Okay, so I've got the app. Let's open the app and see if I can create an account. New user discount, free returns, snag deals, yeah. All right, but is there some kind of user account you make? New user discount. Clicking doesn't do anything. It offers me things. Okay, what if I pretend I'm going to buy something? I click on an item, add to cart. Okay, please select color. I have no idea what I just bought. Color. All right. Now, welcome to Temu. Okay, all women sports, is there some kind of like, down here, this looks like you. Okay. There, sign in, register. This is what I want to do. Now, the first thing I'd like to do is test the log. So let me see if I have ADB connected to this, which I hopefully do. If I should be able to run ADB, and I can, good, all right. So ADB devices. Good, so ADB logcat will show me the running log of the Android device. All right, so one interesting thing is whether confidential information goes into the log. Now there's all these messages going by that are not interesting, so what I want to do is have it search for a phrase like grep pass. Okay, there's still too much of that, so let's do p at ss. There's a phrase that is not in normal log messages, but it'll be there if it logs something like a password. So now I'm going to register, and this is interesting. Oh wait, I can do it here. I can put in email or phone number. That's what I wanted. So I'm going to put in samctsf@Mailinator, a free email service. Continue. And security verification, slide to complete the puzzle. The verification failed. Please drag the slider to the right. Oh, I see, until this happens. Okay. Validation successful. Okay. Now a password, which is going to be p@ssw0rd, which is one that will match my thing there. So I register. Okay, I'm in, and it did not put that password in the log. So it didn't make that mistake. That's one thing to test. Now I have to give it a phone number. I'm going to try, how about not now? That's good. A slide to complete the puzzle. Okay. Okay, now I've made an account and I've logged in. Now, I would like to be able to log out and log in. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Back. There should be a log out button somewhere. Maybe in settings. Yep, sign out. Okay. Don't remember the information. I'll say not now for, well actually I'm going to say remember. That's a good idea. Let's remember it and sign out. And now this leads me to a few interesting questions. When you sign in, does it log it? And does it store it in a stupid place on the device? Let's try to check for storage first. Now in Android Debug Bridge, I do ADB shell to get onto the device. And now I CD to data. This is where all the apps live, in data. And now if I do ls, I probably need to be root. I wonder if I can do root. I can, good. I've already rooted this phone, that's good. So now I can do ls-l. Okay, here's all the apps. Every Android app runs under a different user account, but they're usually named after the app. So there's probably going to be one named Temu. Pipe grep Temu. And there is one called Innovation Temu. I don't know why all these other ones passed that test. Well, let's get rid of the -L to make the output smaller. Okay. Why are they... These don't appear to have Temu in them. Anyway, this is apparently it. com.innovation.temu. Let's go in there. com.in. Okay. Now, in here, I find the same stuff you usually find in an app, a series of directories with things like localization and cache and files, and usually in shared preferences is where they store the password if they're going to store it. So the simplest thing to do is grep -ir for the password, which was p@ss and dot. There. And I hit grep M by accident, so let me try it again. Grep. All right. And there, it did not find it. So that's good. That suggests they did not store the password in plain text somewhere in these preferences, which is a common mistake. So I go into shared preferences where they usually store these things. And it is June 22, 141. So I look for something that was most recently changed. Like this preferences file was changed. See, I installed the app, and then it was several minutes before I made an account. So it couldn't have stored the password until later. So these load times, like 35, are not going to have my password. It'll be the later ones, made at 39, that might. So let's just look what's in there. Let's see what's in this file. I don't have nano. Well, I probably have cat. All right. That's what's in that file. Session, start time, end time, interruption, and session ID, which is just a long random looking number. So that's reasonable stuff. Here's one made at 38 with Facebook user settings. I think that's just for the Facebook integration, which I did not use. I don't think that matters. And this is for measurement preferences, which I highly doubt has anything personal in it. But let's take a quick look at that. Here it's got something called an app ID. Here it's got OS versions and stuff. None of that looks very important or scary. And here's the other one, SE config. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see what that looks like. Secure shared preferences. Okay, the other thing is I wonder if they even stored my username anywhere here. Let's try grep mailinator -r dot. Not even that. Okay, so they didn't even apparently store my email address anywhere. They might have stored it in another folder, but it would usually be in the shared preferences folder. Right, that's too many things have the word mail. Let's do mail in A. And there's some binary files that match, but there are no binary files that have my password. So it's passing this test. It didn't appear to store my password locally. Now I want to log in and see if it puts my password in the log when I log in. Now, when I logged in there, it didn't ask me for my name and password. It used some kind of shared data, but it's looking to me like this does what it should do, which is not as common as it should be. What you're supposed to do when you remember me is save a cookie that's just a random number. And then when you log in again, it'll just send that cookie up to the server, not containing your name and password. And that's apparently what they've done here. Or they might have stored the password where you're supposed to store it in the Android key store. There's a special vault system available for that stores it in a good encrypted way. So this app might have done one of those things. The other thing I should do is check the network connection. So let's figure out how to sign out and stay signed out, so it has to process my name and password. It's in settings, sign out. I do want to sign out. I'd like to tell it not to remember me. Let's sign in with a different account. That's it. Okay, good. So if I sign in with a different account, now I get a chance to put in stuff again. So it's samccsf@mailinator.com. All right, let's make sure I'm monitoring the log here. I'm going to exit, and I'm going to do, that just took me out of root down to normal. Now I'm going to get down to here where I can do ADB shell. Okay, grep password. Okay, that'll do. Okay, now I'm going to sign in with this, continue, and now put in the password. And sign in. Okay, it did not put the password in the log, so that's good. All right, now I want to do this again going through burp. So I'm going to sign out, sign in with another account. Okay, now I want to break the networking. So my burp is listening on 11/21. So I want my Android to send data through there. So I go to settings, network, internet, Android Wi-Fi, hit the pencil, and turn the proxy to manual, and that's 192.168.11.21, I think. Forgot it already. 21, okay, good. And then 8080. Okay, I saved that. Now I should see traffic in the history here when I use the internet on the phone. So let's open Chrome, and I don't want sync. And now I want to go to an unencrypted site like ad.samsclass.info. Okay, and it does send it to here, and now I want to make sure that the encryption is detecting man-in-the-middle attacks, so I'll just go to plain samsclass.info, which is HTTPS, and I get a warning. So this means this is what I want. It's now sending HTTPS traffic through burp, which is man-in-the-middling it, and it should not allow that to happen. Every app should refuse to log in under these circumstances. So let's see if this app is dumb enough to try to log in. I'm done with the browser. I'm done with the network. Here's this Temu app. Now I want to try logging in. So it's samccsf@mailinator.com. Continue. And it didn't send anything, but maybe it doesn't send until you put in the password. There's the password. Sign in. And it didn't send anything to burp, but it let me in. So this means what's happening is something that happens sometimes. The traffic is going past the proxy. Those network proxy settings do not really affect all apps. And apparently, this thing is sending the traffic some way past this. So I regard this as an inconclusive finding. I was not able to do a man-in-the-middle attack. Now, there is a better attack I've done sometimes where you set up a machine to be a hotspot, and you make a wireless connection through that as a proxy. I can do it sometimes with a Mac, only in certain versions. You could do something like a Raspberry Pi or something. You have a real hardware. This is how I check students' iPhones and everything. You connect to real hardware, and now I'm really intercepting all the traffic with a physical man-in-the-middle attack. But this one here, I'm unable to determine whether it breaks HTTPS. So the only remaining thing to try would be to modify this app and see if it'll accept a modified app. And I think it would, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that right now. Anyway, that's a demonstration of how to do a rudimentary audit of some common security vulnerabilities in an app. And of course, what would probably be more thorough would be to just download that APK file and run a scanner like that Android bugs on it. Well, I'm not sure it would really be more thorough, but anyway, it'd be a good thing to do. It might pick up things I missed. This is dynamic analysis and that's static analysis, and you really should do them both. Anyway, I'm going to stop this recording.